Alan, awful news this morning from Tate Lyle, the UK-based sugars and sweeteners business. It's had a profit warning. It's third of the year and the shares are down very heavily. What's going so badly wrong?
Well, we've had a hangover in one of their divisions, the specialty area, specialty food ingredients. This includes two bits. One is sort of starch and fiber additives that are put into food to sort of bulk them up and also provide a low-fat alternative. They have some plants, some starch plants in the States, which were hit by a winter disruption. Remember that? The winter, 9-12 months ago, has caused a bit of a hangover on inventories. They had stockouts. They had to air freight supplies to
That's got to be expensive.
Very expensive, I think. And in the end, the problems there caused probably 30 million pounds of problem. Yeah. And the other issue in a specialty, though, is not just these one-offs. They have a continuing problem with sucralose, sugar substitute, which the pricing keeps going down.
So tell me a bit about this business, this sucralose business. I think Splenda is the brand name which it's known by. Has this been a profitable business in the past?
It was very profitable. I mean, analysts are telling me it was a couple of years ago, operating margins as high as 40%. Now, high single digits, perhaps. That's a big drop.
It is a big drop, but this is what you'd expect to happen, no? If a company is making 40% operating margins, competitors are going to come in and say, I'll take a bit of that margin myself and compete it down. Is this what's happened here?
I think that's what's happened. The company would say, they're right to a certain extent, that there's been some irrational pricing. Some Chinese producers have been perhaps producing below cost. But when margins are so high, those are kind of margins that a pharma company would be very happy with. That's going to attract new entrants, and it's really not a total surprise that. So is it irrational pricing or irrational profits that drew things this way?
Is there anything Tate and Lyle can do to push those margins back up, or are they now permanently low?
Good question. I have to say that it's difficult to raise prices when they've come down this far. In other areas, they do still see good demand in that other bit of specialties, which is the starch, where they had the disruptions, starch and fiber additives. It's possible that things will smooth out there next year, be good comps. But interestingly, in the truly commodity area, the bulk area, this is still about 30% operating profits, sugars, sweeteners, actually things are stabilizing.
Well, Alan, they say profit warnings come in threes, and if that's the case, then this will be the last one from Tate and Lyle, but it's perhaps a little early to be that confident. Alan, thanks very much.